Welcome to the Cavalier Corner, a show in which we'll be discussing all kinds of fun topics related to student life. My name is Juliana, and today we are joined by Johan, Cambry, and our very special guest, Carly. Today, we'll be talking about our favorite event and what went into planning that event. So, Carly, which one would you say is the favorite one that you've planned so far?
See, that's tough. I have a tie, but I have to say my favorite one was There's No Place Like JCCC, which was kind of kicked off our spring semester. It was literally the day everyone came back. So it was just a real good kickoff. But it was really fun. Granted, behind the scenes, it was a little stressful because that date had changed so many times. But so it was us, and we collaborated with Senate. So it was really fun to get new ideas. So we did a time capsule, which was really cool. So a lot of students did that, and we had a tacho bar, which is tater tot nachos, which was good. I think it was a hit. A lot of people came through the line, and we had a magician who was super sweet, and he had really good magic tricks too. And we had a good playlist, and then we had a video that we did where we interviewed a lot of students, saying what they love about JCCC, and our wonderful editor Tony did all of that, and it was really good. But I'd have to say that was really cool because we had like a yellow brick road and everything to make it Oz themed. So I thought it was really cool. For sure.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty cool event. I remember that one. It was pretty fun to like start off. Yep.
Yeah.
That event was so good.
Yeah. It was really fun.
I think I tried the tachos. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
really good.
I know, right? Who would
Yeah,
have
it was
thought?
really fun. I and Andrew were doing the tacho bar, and we had so much fun doing that. Like just serving them. We had so much fun. We're like, we're starting a food truck after this. Like it was the most fun event I think I've been a part of. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun because a lot of people are like tachos, and they're like, you know what? Yeah, and then they're like, wow, it's really fun. It was actually really fun. I really enjoyed serving the food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think food at any event is always a hit. Like depending on what it is, but there's always a line of people, and it always it's out. Like it always runs out.
So good. I love food.
Yeah. Food. Yeah. That everybody loves food. If there's food, there's obviously gonna be people there.
Or me.
Especially like once it kind of starts going, the smells kind of start floating throughout the different buildings, and people are like, I followed the smell here, and we're like, have a tacho, and they're like, what's that? And we're like, trust us, it's delicious.
Yeah, it reminds me of like we had that fall festival thing, and I heard there was apple cider donuts. I went sprinting. I was like, I'm getting myself 2 donuts. It was so good. That cider was really good too.
It was, the cider was really, really good, and they had like I don't know, it didn't have coffee in it, but they called it like a pumpkin steamer.
Oh yeah.
So it was like a latte with coffee, and that was really good too.
Yeah, that was really good too. Oh man, that was good. It was really cold that day though. Again, it was raining.
It was raining, pouring rain.
We're like pouring cider. I'm like, here you go. Standing by the pot, just like putting my hands over because it was so cold. Oh my goodness.
I had to go back. I get to the event and it was freezing. I had to go back and track down like a stocking cap to wear because I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna freeze. So I had like a t-shirt, a flannel shirt, like a raincoat, and then a stocking cap and the hood on the raincoat, and I was still like, hi. I was just freezing.
I didn't think it was gonna be that cold. I thought it was still gonna be like around like 60s. But
It was. The forecast was supposed to be nice. Out of nowhere, it was freezing.
Yeah, that was so cold that day. But I got my like caricature done, so that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
All right, Johan, what is your favorite?
So now that we're on the topic of food, I think my favorite event was definitely Sweetsgiving. Mostly because like it's just there's a lot that went into that event. Just like trying to decide like what to do for Thanksgiving, because it was between like Halloween and obviously Thanksgiving, And like, I feel like we all wanted to do something new. Like we didn't want to do something just like, I don't know, give like a little card that said like thanks on it or just write what you're thankful for. But we wanted something that was a little bit different. And I feel like a lot of students enjoyed it, especially the candy. And like by the end of the day, there was no candy left. So that shows like a lot of students liked it. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot went into planning that event. Just like actually selecting the candy, I remember going
Yeah.
through so many different options. We're like, okay, what's not going to make a mess?
Yeah, it was a struggle. But no, it all like turned out really well. So.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
was a really fun event. I actually got to work that event for the first hour. And we had these really cool, like I loved them. They were amazing. They were little, they're like the size of an M&M, but it was just literally a caramel drop. And it was perfect. Like it mixed well with everything. We have popcorn. You can put that on it too. And this guy comes through the line and he goes, hold the garbanzo beans for me, please. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, those garbanzo beans. Why do you have the, I'm like, they're caramel. And he was like, oh, okay, go ahead and put them in there. But it was just so funny because I didn't even think they looked like that. And then I looked at him and I was like, oh, yeah, they do. But that event, that was my favorite event to work, definitely in the fall.
You know, yeah, I like when we first bought them, like I saw them, I'm like, I thought they were gonna be crunchy. That was a weird thing. Like when you bit into it, it was really soft. It was almost like kind of like a marshmallow. And it was weird. But no, they did look like garbanzo beans, but yeah.
And another like favorite part of that whole event was we had the candy for about a month. Like it came early. So it was literally sitting in our office, this huge like box from Amazon, and we couldn't open it, and we just had this candy that we just had to look at for a month. Like, when's the day that we get to open this? It was yeah, we were getting hungry. We just sat there, be like, that looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to us. We had a candy for some event, and no one trusted anyone in the office. Like, we did not trust each other. So we had to lock it in our supervisor. And so, like, every morning, like, she didn't have a key to, like, the actual office, or, like, because it's office and an office and an office. And, like, she didn't have a key, so she had to have the police come every morning to unlock it. Because we didn't trust anyone to not eat the candy.
Oh my gosh, that's actually hilarious.
Right. Camry, what was your favorite event that you planned?
I don't know. I'm kind of like Carly. I have a few that were like super fun. But I think the one that like had the most like planning behind it was the 2020 Vision event, which was part of our Welcome Back spring semester kickoff. And we originally were going to do like a Roaring 20s theme thing, because like, 20 is supposed to be amazing. But those plans kind of got changed. So we did like what's in your 2020 vision, and we had like a big board made on like butcher paper that said like 2020 vision, and then students came and wrote on a post-it note like what they wanted to achieve in the coming year. And making that was like one of the hardest things that we've done for an event, because our Cricut machine decided to not work. So the full sign was supposed to say like, tell us what's in your 2020 vision, and then it had like a large like set of eyeballs like in the middle. And anyway, after 2 hours, we cut it down to say 2020 vision, because it would not, that Cricut machine would not work. And we tried and tried and tried. But we had these really cool things printed out to put on the popcorn bags that said like, what's in your 2020 vision, make sure your student life is in there. And then we had like a candy topping bar. And like a lot of people like came and wrote stuff. But one of the things that actually went out on our marketing, like on the poster, was like, it had the post-it notes with different 2020 visions. And one of them was like, Chiefs win the Super Bowl. And in the office, we were all like, yeah, that'll never happen. That's wishful thinking. Way to put that on there. So afterwards, we were all like, So yeah, it was just fun to read like what students put down. like what they wanted to achieve, what they saw coming. So yeah, that was super fun. And of course, again, it involved food.
Honestly, popcorn is a staple at like any event. Popcorn.
Mhm.
People are like, "Got popcorn at the event?" We're like, "Of course." It's like it reels them in.
That's actually how I found out about the job. Was I had a friend who worked in the activities department. We had class together, and so we were like joking around one day, and I saw him working, and he was handing out popcorn. And he's like, "I know you want a bag. You always want at least two." And I was like, "Yeah, go ahead and give them to me." And he's like, "You should actually read what's on the bag. You should apply for the job." And I was like, "Let me eat my popcorn and then I'll think about it." And then I was like, "Actually, that's not a half bad idea." So popcorn, a staple.
Oh yeah.
For sure. I feel like no matter what other food we have, there's always that popcorn there. You need it, yeah.
And people will want it too, so.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my first semester on campus when I wasn't working for student life yet, that's how I like walked through the hallways and then I smelled popcorn and I was like, oh, there's an event going on. Cool. Let me like check it out. Reels people in, for sure. I think for me, the favorite event that I planned that I like pour a lot of time into was the Multicultural Diversity Day back in the fall. It took so long to figure out what to do for that event to try to like make it actually work because it was the first event that I was like sort of planning since like got hired. So it was for me it was very intense trying to figure out how planning works for an event and what you have to like take into account, like what food and all, like entertainment, all of that. And for that specific event, I had to talk with catering a lot about food because it's multicultural diversity. So we wanted it to be like diverse and different and not something that you would find in like every event. So we wanted to incorporate like a lot of like international elements to it. So it was like a lot of hard work. I actually couldn't work during the event because I was like in between classes. So I would have like a 10-minute break between classes. I would stop by and see what people were doing and see if they liked it and then go back to class. It was kind of hard, but for the few minutes that I was there, I really enjoyed it. And I thought that, it was a good job.
That was an amazing event. Like we made that huge map that hung at the top of the comm steps. And I remember it was pretty much done. It was just like the Southeast Asian islands needed to be put on the map. And so the event was Monday morning and that was Friday afternoon. And so Juliana worked that morning. And so it was literally like my job to finish putting the map together. And I could not figure out how to get it to put together. And then we had made like Antarctica. Like the very first one we made was Antarctica because we're like, that's super easy to cut out, right? Well, the map grew. So like Antarctica was like this big on the map. And everybody's like, you're going to have to recut it. And I was like, okay. But we got it done. We got it hung. That event was super fun. And again, amazing food.
Yeah.
Making that map, oh my god, it took so long. It took forever. That was a team effort to get that map done and all the parts and pieces because I was like, clock in, okay, I have like 3 hours to work on this, but in 3 hours you can't finish a map that big. So it was like every day going in and then asking people for help. It was like, Batul, help me. Camry, help me. Johan, help me. Like, everybody please help with this map. It was a team effort. Like, everybody at some point worked on that map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually worked that event. I think for an hour, and it was pretty cool. Like I saw the Bollywood dancers, and then like everybody just started dancing together. I think we did the Cupid Shuffle, and so it was pretty fun. I mean, by the time I got there, all the food was gone, but they still had the like mango lemonade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated that because you know what happened? Catering cut the chunks of mango just right to where they blocked the spigot on the lemonade dispenser. So it didn't come out. So we had to literally like get the mango out of the dispenser before the event. So
Dang.
I think that event was literally just beautiful. It was just all of it, all the details from the map to like the entertainment to the food, because I had just gotten, oh yeah, this is going on today. So I got some food before class because, and I was like, all right. So I went, and then I went up to work, so I had to climb up the stairs and overlook Contrium, and that's when like they started dancing, and so I was like, I'll admit I was a little late to work because I was just watching. I was like, wow, and then I came back down, did the Cupid shuffle during work. No shame though.
I also worked that event for the first hour. So the first 30 minutes, we set everything up. We hung the map. We hung all the streamers, all that. And then the second half hour was literally just like a line of people out of Calm Atrium, like looping around Calm Courtyard in line to get the food. And so like it was a madhouse. Like I think it was scheduled 2 people on the food table, and we set it up with 2, and we're like, okay, whatever. Quickly, I think we had like 6 different people. We had like 4 ambassadors, and then Cassie and Anne were both there because we just had that much people. And then we switched, and like people were sending me pictures. They're like, it's amazing, the DJ out there's amazing, they're doing the Cupid shuffle. And I'm like, that event got so exciting right when I had to leave. So yeah, I feel like Juliana saying like, you just saw like bits and pieces of it. Like I saw like the beginning and then like the rush for food, and then when it got really amazing is right when I had to leave. So, but it was an incredible event.
I forgot about the DJ. The DJ, yes, that was really good. Yeah.
I think that's one of the most like gratifying parts about this job. Is like you plan something for so long, for so many months, and then actually seeing it like come to life and seeing students enjoy it and have fun and like actually come up to you and be like, oh, this is a really cool event, who planned it? And then you get to say, my team did. So it's like, it's super fun.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you don't realize how many little details really go into it, because it all just looks like beautifully thrown together, all this, but like so many little things that happen, you're like, you just see us rushing around because it's like one little thing is like there's a hiccup, but that hiccup is just like, no, we have to get it done, we have to do it good, we have to do it right. But like you have to do so many little details and then look at them through different perspectives, to make sure it's like all comes together in like a good fashioned way, which is super hard sometimes, but it's really rewarding, I think.
Yeah, for sure. The details matter a lot when planning, and you're a student that just walks in and you have like a great time, but then us like knowing what went into it, we're like super stressed up until the point where the event starts. It's like, oh my god, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, I remember an event that I was helping set up where we were blowing up a whole bunch of balloons, and we literally were like, this will take 15 minutes to blow up all these balloons and like put them on the weights. This isn't gonna take any time at all. So the helium tank was empty, that we drug all the way down to the collab, because you can't tell like by picking them up, if they're full or not. So we're like, okay. So I run all the way back up to CSI, which was back on the 3rd level of Calm, they're in Calm, right? And so then all the way back down to the collab with the helium tank, and then we're blowing them up. And because we were so used to like using the one that was almost empty, we were putting too much air in them, and then they would pop. And we were like, oh my gosh. Or like we would cut the strings too long, so they'd float up, they'd hit the lights in the collab and explode. And people were like trying to study, and they were like, what's going on? And we're like,
oh no,
there's an event happening in like 10 minutes. Please come back. We're gonna have catering and trivia. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those like last minute like hiccups where you're like, is this gonna work out?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. And many students, like, although like all that happens, like the hiccups, all the like time playing into the event, some students really get out of the events. Like they get a lot from it, and like the feedback that we have gotten, like it's really nice to know that like so many students enjoyed it, because then that makes us create more events like that and improve our events as well.
For sure. Feedback from students is so important, like good or bad. Like we need like that criticism to improve and then be like, okay, this is something that we could bring back next semester. Like if it was like a one-time event and you're like, okay, well they actually liked it. So let's keep doing it and just keep doing it better and better.
Yeah, that's
No.
like with the fall festival. Um, the like little sub team on the activity team, the music team spent like months researching and finding the perfect like band for the event. And so when the band came, it was like pouring down rain, and we're like, are they even gonna be able to play? And then they did, and students, like every single student I talked to at that event, they were like, I don't know who picked this band, but tell them excellent job. So like hearing that feedback from students is always reassuring, because then we kind of know what they're looking for and we can cater to what they're into.
Oh yeah, music is a real thing for events too. Like it's huge. Like our No Place Like JCC event, we had Michael in our office make the playlist, and that was the first time like people have come up and say, "Oh my goodness, like this playlist is really good." They're like, "I just heard the music and I just decided, oh my god, what's going on over there?" Right?
That was one of my favorite parts of that event, because normally like we play music and students are like, this is amazing, you guys made an amazing playlist, but the faculty is like kind of loud, you could have put a little more chill on there, or we do something kind of chill and students are like, this is too chill, but the faculty are like, this is the best music ever. But with that event, students, staff, faculty, like people of all ages were like, whoever made this playlist is amazing. So we were like, he's over there, go tell Michael, good job. Because that was like the part of that event was the music.
I know, because he like strategically placed the songs, so you just click it, and then the way it was just smart, because like it just had a good vibe throughout. It could like be chill and it'd be a little more upbeat, like really, yeah, it's just really thought out too.
Our online are also a success too.
Yeah, that's been a trip in itself. That's because virtual events, it's interesting, but it's kind of fun to figure out new ways to connect with the students on campus, because that's kind of like what this job is, to engage students. So it's been really hard, but I mean, it's been really rewarding at the same time, because we still get to do our, engage with students, plan like really good activities, even though it's not like our same kind of like format. But I still think all the events we've had, like really good, really creative too.
Yeah. No, like from the beginning, like from when this first all started and we like started self-isolating, like I could see that like we were doing such a good job, like we still are, but like we have grown so much like on our online like format. Like I feel like now we're experts at it. Like we just like do all these things, and like I see that students are engaged and actually like it. So that's pretty cool. And like that has actually transformed our social media page as well, which is really good. So
yeah, we're getting more traffic, and we're like, we're just amping up our social media, which is really good too, because that's just another way to really, it's like one of the main ways to really get involved with people, especially right now with everything going on. So yeah, I agree. It's been a real key to everything. We've gotten really good at it.
Yeah, that's like the thing Johan and Juliana and I originally started talking about, doing something like some type of YouTube show or some type of podcast in the fall semester. We were like, we want to do this. We think it could be an amazing way to promote upcoming events, promote like the job application when the time is right, highlight different departments, highlight different clubs. And it just never like found its footing when we were in person. And then as soon as we went online, we were like, this is it. This is the time. So like to see it come together like all solely like online has been really fun.
Yeah. Our office too. We're like, what? We're like, what if we started a podcast? We're like, no, we don't. That's just another thing. But I loved how you guys did this. This is like really smart. I loved it. When I heard that, I took the survey. I was like, yes, I would love to be a part of it.
We started thinking about it, and we were like, maybe it's not the time. And then now that it happened, it went like we had a lot of meetings talking about how to make this work, what like could happen, like what to name it. Actually, naming it was like it was a process. And then just everything, and then like figuring out who would want to be a part of it, because some people are like, I want to like input ideas, but I don't really want to like be recorded or something. So having it come together and like seeing that students are actually watching it and enjoying it has been like so good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We'd love to hear your ideas about what you'd like us to talk about next. Check out our other social media platforms. We are JCCC Student Life on Instagram and Facebook. And if you'd like to find out about more events that we have going on, check out our Get Involved at JCCC page. Thank you so much, you guys. Bye.
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 Bye.